So let's go ahead and try to finish this up and have part 3 done. Left off doing the extrusion to intersect the two planes between the geometry and what we're doing here. And what this intersect extrusion does basically is it's going to take whatever geometry is not in both of these solids, and let me try that again. The geometry between what we have here and what's already in the solid, and watch what happens when we do the extrusion. You see, it doesn't look like much happened, but look carefully at the top of the figure. You see how there's a nice little contour out of that, right? Isn't that cool? All right, so we now have that, and then you can see the geometry where it used to be. You can see where it used to be. We have a nice little curved surface here. So that's kind of what we were going for with that particular extrusion. Okay, so to kind of we need the work axis actually. We're going to keep this sketch. We're going to take the visibility of that sketch away so you can kind of appreciate the whole thing. So there we go. Now we're actually almost done here. The last thing we need to do is we need to create a work plane. This is step 12. That is through the center of the figure. And actually, because we have this work axis, which is already through the center of the figure, all we need to do is hit this and then hit any of these. We want to get it like this. Perfect. That's what we were looking for. Boy, these bells, I tell you. We also could offset it by any time we want, but we can just keep it like that. So that's perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a sketch on this plane, this new work plane that we just created. And we'll do that. Okay. I don't like this particular view, so I'm going to rotate it so I can see that way. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to make the head of this body. And pretty easy to do that, actually. We just need to create a couple of lines and a couple of curves. And it doesn't really want us to dimension it. So I'm not going to dimension it either. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a 3-point arc. And I'm going to use the top of the work axis that I have already on here. And matter of fact, just make sure I'm going to project the geometry of this work axis onto the onto my sketch, I should say. All right, now let's try this. See if we can do this. Okay, so we'll make. Boy, these bells. All right, and let's stick it out too. We're gonna stick it out, not all the way out, but pretty close to all the way out. And let's get a nice gentle curve like that. Okay, so that's one. And then I'm going to create a vertical line from here straight down. That's 2. And then I'm going to create a third arc like so. And all right, that's pretty good. Again, your results may vary. Your geometry and head might look a lot better than mine. We'll see what happens. So there's the geometry. Now, of course, all we're doing here is we're just going to use the revolve feature again, because anytime we want to create something we can just create with the revolve feature, it makes a lot more sense to utilize that. So our geometry is already selected. Let's select our axis, which is going to be this work axis right here. We want to make sure that, let's see here. Okay, yep, that's perfect. That's exactly what we were looking for. And we revolved it, and we hit the check mark, and we are done. That is it. Let's uncheck the visibility. And remember, when you submit the screenshots of this particular part, you want to, when you're done working with them, please uncheck the visibility, so all that's left is this part. Okay? And I know it kind of looks flat like that, but when you're looking at this side, it looks a lot better. Cool. All right, so that's the Automoblox body. We have 2 parts to go with 5.5B, and hopefully this was helpful. Have a nice day.